In the first scene, we meet Lauren Monroe, an experienced attorney with a spotless reputation for ethics. She is offered $1 million to represent a convicted felon in court. However, her sense of responsibility and ethics compels her to gently decline the offer, emphasizing that she works for the rights of the innocent, not for the money. The focus then shifts to her younger brother, politician William Monroe, who's running for mayor of New York City. Then we meet Lauren's father, businessman Archer Monroe. Hiking through the woods and suddenly having problems breathing, he makes it to his car but tragically dies on the way home. Lauren learns, a short time later, that her father has died while addressing a press conference. Lauren and her extended family attend Archer's funeral to express their sympathies. Lauren and her brother, William, had a brief conversation following the funeral, during which William expressed his father's pride in her accomplishments. They also discuss moving their mother to a different residence so that she could be closer to them. When Lauren recalls her father teaching her chess, she sees parallels between the game and the complexities of life and pays him a visit at work. Harold, the family attorney, eventually turns up a few days later to inform them that Archer had left a will. Catherine, Lauren's mother, is named CEO of the corporation in the will. For whatever reason, Lauren only receives $1 million. William earns $20 million. The remaining $50 million will be given to other medical and law enforcement organizations. Following that, Harold splits from Lauren to deliver a gift from her father. The box contains a USB device and a set of keys. When she inserts the USB disc into her computer, a video message from her late father plays. In the video, he begs her to keep a secret truth hidden and apologizes for not being able to do it himself. In the following scene, a shaken Lauren makes her way into the woods in search of answers. Her husband discourages her from continuing by being concerned about her health. She walks into the wilderness after reassuring him. She discovers a barred door-like surface there. She opens the padlock with the key, revealing a set of steps leading to a lower level. Lauren enters the dismal bunker with fear. As she continues her investigation, she discovers a door that leads to a chamber where she discovers a man who has been restrained. She flees the bunker after being shocked by his quick movement. Lauren returns home and is going to call 911 when her brother intervenes. He feels awful about their father's will being unfair and offers to give her some of the money he received. Lauren, on the other hand, respectfully declines, emphasizing that financial stability is not a priority for her. Later that night, Lauren recalls a snapshot she has of herself as a child with her father. She recalls a disagreement she previously had with him. Archer had previously requested that she represent his wealthy pals in court, but she had denied since she did not want to defend criminals. Lauren returns to the bunker the next morning, this time armed with a weapon. She enters in and discovers the man asleep, so she collects his fingerprints without disturbing him. She swiftly exits when he opens his eyes. She briefly leaves the bunker, then returns wearing a mask and demanding to know the man's name. Lauren's father is opposed to her marriage, but the stranger appears to know everything about her, down to her birth date and brother's name. Lauren chooses to remove her mask and ask him more questions because of their seeming familiarity. The man does not respond, instead asking rhetorically if she is a decent person. He requests Lauren's release when she affirms, emphasizing that good people behave in this manner. Lauren, on the other hand, remains skeptical, believing that the man may have committed a severe crime worthy of incarceration. She attempts to make sense of everything, but the man has already asked for a shave and a magnificent dinner: potatoes, steak, Caesar salad, chocolates, Goldwater cigarettes, and a bottle of whiskey. Lauren claims she'll keep him locked up indefinitely, but she knows it's against her morals. She yields to his demands and hands him a razor, knowing he is in a stronger position. When Lauren returns home, she uses her fingerprint scanner to send the man's prints to Emilio Sanchez, a friend and family detective, for a brief background check. She then returns to the underground bunker, having obtained all of the materials required by the man. The man rushes in head first, thrilled to be eating again after so many years in prison. Lauren gives him a chocolate bar, which just adds to his already heightened emotions. The man, who introduces himself as Morgan Warner, tells how Lauren's father, Archer, would give him one square of chocolate every year while putting the rest of the box on the shelf as a taunt. Morgan narrates his story once he's finished eating. He claims he and Archer met 30 years ago, and became fast friends due to their shared interests in gambling, fortune, and sex. They ended up going into business together since they got along so well. Morgan maintains that at midnight on the night in issue, Archer was driving intoxicated and that he was a passenger in the car. Tragedy struck when Archer accidentally ran over and killed a pedestrian. Archer insisted on burying the body since he didn't believe it was murder, but Morgan insisted on calling the cops. Archer confined him in the bunker after they argued. Morgan also discusses Archer's extramarital affair with Sophia, whom he found irresistible because she was the polar antithesis of Archer's wife, Catherine. Archer always referred to Sophia as Gypsy Rose. Morgan provides Lauren Sophia's address and encourages her to investigate after she initially denies his allegations. He also advises her to seek corroboration of her claim from Archer's longtime friend Harold. Lauren, enraged and overwhelmed by the news, rushes away while remaining calm. She contacts Emilio and assigns him the task of researching Morgan Warner's past. She then goes to the specified place, where she meets Sophia and learns more about her father's relationship with her. Sophia says she met Archer at a poker game when asked how she knew him. Lauren notices a picture of a little child and inquires about him as they are talking. Sophia surprises Lauren by revealing that the youngster is her son, Alex, and Lauren's half-brother. Lauren is so moved by this information that she bursts into tears. Later, Lauren pays a visit to Harold at his office, where she expresses her rage at him for concealing such a huge family secret from the rest of the family. Harold then justifies his actions, emphasizing that it is his responsibility to maintain the privacy of the situation. Lauren then inquires about any more secrets, to which Harold responds that there are none that may harm her. He counsels her to put the incident behind her and move on. Lauren visits her mother after speaking with Harold, inquiring about Morgan Warner. Unfortunately, her mother is still unfamiliar with the name and has no idea who Morgan is. William then walks in, anxious, and informs Lauren that despite working harder than ever, he's losing votes. He wants her to attend the protest because he believes her candor will benefit his political career. Lauren agrees to participate grudgingly. Lauren returns to the bunker later that evening, still looking for answers. She wants to know where her father buried the pedestrian's body. Morgan responds by proposing a trade. He'll spill the beans in exchange for her releasing him. Lauren is hesitant at first, but she decides to accompany her outside. Morgan is overtaken with emotion when he finally exits from the bunker, experiencing freedom for the first time in a long time. Lauren subsequently follows Morgan's directions and drives towards the woods in the following scene. When they arrive at the graveyard, she immediately begins excavating. Her greatest thoughts come true as she discovers a human skull that confirms Morgan's story. Lauren, who is shocked by the discovery, re-enters the body parts and returns Morgan to the safe chamber. She instructs him to reapply his metal collar, but he begs her not to betray him. He appeals to her professionalism as a lawyer and warns her against following in her father's footsteps. Morgan also expresses his own sadness, citing his captivity as the reason he was unable to attend his mother's funeral. He begs her to grant him some peace and quiet to live out his days, stating he won't disturb anyone if he simply vanishes. Lauren, who is still unclear what to do, apologizes and departs after hearing his real explanation. The next day, she calls Detective Emilio to see if he has any clues on Morgan Warner. However, he says he may not have any news for a few days. Lauren goes to her brother's business the next day, claiming she needs legal counsel. She imagines a future in which a dangerous stranger gets access to the family's most personal secrets. William proposes two options: burying the body in a river or paying the victim a significant sum of money to make them disappear. Lauren carries a suitcase back to the bunker after some consideration and convinces Morgan to vanish forever. She tells him to get ready to travel and promises to release him soon if he grants his assent. Following this, Lauren approaches Harold and begs him to assist her father in locating the individual who was financially harmed by her father and provide them with a private plane and $1 million without explaining why. Lauren later inquires of Morgan before he departs the bunker if he ever mentioned her. Despite Archer's delight in his daughter, Morgan claims that he was dissatisfied with her decision to oppose him and his friends. Morgan has now revealed another hidden fact. William has been bribing union officials. Lauren, furious by the news, bursts into her brother's office and demands an explanation. William concedes that bribery is sometimes necessary for professional advancement and alleges that his father used it to help his mother get appointed as a district attorney. Lauren slams at him and walks away, ordering him not to deceive her again. Morgan then exits the bunker, carrying a chess piece as a memento. He steps outside and is instantly relaxed and revitalized by the fresh air. As Lauren guides him to the private jet, Harold hands him new identification cards and educates him on his account balances. As Harold and Morgan board the jet, Lauren returns to the bunker. During this moment, she discovers a bottle of poison under the bed, but decides not to use it because the situation has been settled. Emilio, on the other hand, is able to locate Morgan's file and have it brought to Lauren's residence. Later that night, Catherine returns home from work and promptly unwraps the gift containing the file. Lauren enters a few minutes later to see her mother studying the package. Catherine, concerned, inquires about the photograph of Carson Thomas in Lauren's possession. Lauren adds that his given name is Morgan and that her father kept him in the bunker for an extended period of time. Catherine reacts with a shocking revelation, admitting that he is a cold-blooded serial killer. Lauren admits to letting him leave when she asks worriedly where he is. Lauren rushes to the airport, where she discovers Harold and the pilot are dead. Lauren instantly realizes that he has shifted his focus to her mother. Lauren hurries back to the house, but Catherine is nowhere to be seen. She hurries to the bunker, where she discovers her mother asleep on the floor. Morgan emerges from his hiding place and turns out all the lights before coming to check on her mother. He attacks unexpectedly, knocks Lauren to the ground, and binds her up. When she regains consciousness, he tells her the truth. He was the one who administered the poison that murdered her father. He also relates the night Archer witnessed him drug and assault Catherine. As a result, Archer drove Morgan to the basement bunker. Archer collided with a pedestrian as a result of Morgan's preoccupation on the road. According to new knowledge, Morgan buried the body against Archer's concerns. Morgan attempted to blame Archer for everything, but Archer overpowered him and locked him in the bunker. Lauren tries to persuade him after hearing this by promising to help him exact revenge on her family. Morgan, on the other hand, is adamant about vengeance and declares he intends to make them suffer as much as he suffered for 30 years. He also outlines his strategy for destroying the family's honor by using the information he has obtained on each member. In an unexpected twist, he admits to being Lauren's biological father. Catherine, alarmed by these developments, takes up a gun lying on the ground, shoots Morgan in the head, and kills him. In the closing scene of the film, the mother and daughter set fire to the bunker after filling it with gasoline. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.